At this very moment, right now, as you're watching this video, nearly half of the most advanced stealth fighter jets ever built by the United States are sitting idle on the ground. They aren't flying, they haven't been shot down, they haven't been damaged in combat, and the United States is not currently engaged in a large-scale global war. Instead, these aircraft, machines designed to dominate the skies in the most dangerous conflicts imaginable, are grounded for a far more troubling reason. They simply aren't ready to fly. The Pentagon recently paid Lockheed Martin $1.7 billion for maintenance and sustainment services that were supposed to keep these jets combat-ready. But despite that enormous payment, pilots across the U.S. Air Force are watching aircraft worth tens of millions of dollars sit inside hangars, unable to take off. Flight hours are being lost, training schedules are being disrupted, and readiness is quietly slipping away. At the same time, America's primary strategic competitors, China and Russia, are accelerating their own fifth-generation fighter programs. They aren't slowing down, they aren't pausing, and they are carefully watching these readiness numbers. This is not a hypothetical scenario. This is not a future risk. This is happening right now, and what you're about to learn may completely reshape how you think about the future of American air power. The promise of the F-35. The F-35 Lightning II was never meant to be just another fighter jet. It was designed to be the fighter, the aircraft that would anchor U.S. and Allied air power for the next 50 years. The platform that would replace the F-16, the A-10, the F-A-18, and eventually become the backbone of Western air superiority. Stealth, advanced sensors, networked warfare, unmatched situational awareness. On paper, the F-35 represents a revolution in air combat. But in reality, it has become something else entirely. A $2 trillion question mark. One that has senior military leaders deeply concerned, lawmakers increasingly frustrated, and allied nations quietly reconsidering their commitments. Because the real story behind these grounded jets goes far beyond a few broken parts or delayed repairs. It reveals systemic failures. Failures that threaten not just readiness, but national security itself. Welcome to Jetinsider, where we uncover the realities of military aviation that rarely make the headlines. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the growing F-35 crisis, a crisis serious enough that the Pentagon itself is scrambling for answers. This is not about attacking the U.S. military, and it is certainly not about criticizing the pilots or maintainers who work tirelessly to keep these aircraft flying. This is about accountability. It's about oversight. And it's about ensuring that the men and women tasked with defending the nation actually have equipment that works when it matters most. Because when half of your stealth fleet can't take off, that's not just a maintenance issue. That's a national security emergency. The numbers that should alarm everyone. Let's start with the facts, confirmed by the U.S. Department of Defense itself. In 2024, the F-35A fleet achieved a mission-capable rate of just 51.5%. That means that on any given day, fewer than half of these aircraft were able to perform a real combat mission. Not training flights, not test sorties, actual combat-ready missions. This is the most expensive fighter program in human history, and its availability is worse than aircraft designed decades ago. In 2021, the mission-capable rate was close to 70%. In just 3 years, readiness collapsed by nearly 20 percentage points. To put that in perspective, aircraft like the F-16 Fighting Falcon, a jet designed in the 1970s, regularly outperform the F-35 in availability. Even the A-10 Warthog, long criticized as outdated, is more reliable on a day-to-day basis. And then came the Inspector General's report, a bombshell. Despite widespread readiness failures, the Department of Defense still paid Lockheed Martin $1.7 billion for sustainment services. No penalties, no serious consequences. The report explicitly stated that the Pentagon did not consistently hold Lockheed Martin accountable for poor performance. Taxpayer money was handed over, while jets sat in hangars collecting dust. The $2 trillion reality. Now let's talk about the number that should stop everyone in their tracks. The lifetime cost of the F-35 program has now exceeded $2 trillion. That's not a typo. $2 trillion. That figure includes procurement, maintenance, upgrades, and sustainment over the aircraft's projected lifespan. It's more than the entire GDP of most countries on Earth. And for that price, the United States is fielding a fleet where half the jets may be unavailable at any given time. America's allies have noticed. Canada has reviewed its procurement plans. Switzerland has faced growing domestic opposition. Spain and other partners have slowed or reconsidered their commitments. When nations that rely on U.S. military technology begin hesitating, that sends a clear message. Confidence is eroding. Why are so many jets grounded? So what's actually keeping these aircraft on the ground? The answer isn't simple, and that's part of the problem. 1. The spare parts crisis. The F-35 supply chain is stretched to the breaking point. Critical components are in short supply. When a part fails, maintainers often wait weeks or months for replacements. In some cases, parts aren't even being manufactured yet. One missing component can ground an entire aircraft. In 2023, the head of the F-35 program declared a so-called war on readiness. 2 years later, even the Joint Program Office admits readiness remains unacceptable. Those are their words, not ours. 2. A maintenance system that doesn't work. Originally, the F-35 relied on the Autonomic Logistics Information System, known as ALIS. ALIS was supposed to revolutionize maintenance, predicting failures before they happened and streamlining logistics. Instead, it became a liability. The system was slow, bug-ridden, and often inaccurate. Maintainers couldn't trust the data it provided. It was eventually replaced by ODIN, the Operational Data Integrated Network. New name, same problems. Software glitches continue to delay repairs and ground aircraft unnecessarily. Maintainers are fighting the system instead of being supported by it. The human crisis behind the machines. Perhaps the most overlooked part of this crisis is the people. The F-35 requires extremely specialized maintenance skills. Stealth coatings, advanced sensors, millions of lines of code. Training a single maintainer takes years, and retaining them is even harder. Between late 2024 and early 2025, the number of F-35s grounded for maintenance was more than double the acceptable target. Why? A severe shortage of trained personnel. Civilian contractors offer higher pay, better hours, more stability, and the military is struggling to compete. Government reports reveal maintainers often lack complete technical manuals, proper training, and even basic spare parts. Repair depots are behind schedule, and yet crews continue working under immense pressure. Air Force leadership has called them miracle workers. But even miracles have limits. This is a global problem. The United Kingdom's F-35B fleet faces similar challenges. Shortages of engineers, spare parts delays, grounding rates more than twice acceptable levels. Even with lower readiness standards than the US, they are still struggling. This isn't a single-country issue. It's a program-wide failure. What this means for national security. A mission-capable jet isn't just one that can fly. It's one that can deploy immediately, survive combat, and complete its mission. At a 51.5% readiness rate, the U.S. Air Force can only rely on about half its F-35 fleet at any moment. Deployment readiness improves overseas, but only by draining resources from units back home. Parts are cannibalized. Support is redirected. Other squadrons suffer. This creates a fragile system, one that could collapse under sustained conflict. The F-35 was meant to be the backbone of air power, but a backbone that fails under pressure puts the entire force at risk. The Block 4 delay. The Block 4 modernization program is essential. It enables new weapons, improved sensors, and advanced processing power. Most importantly, it allows integration of next-generation missiles like the AIM-260, designed to counter Chinese and Russian fighters. Block 4 is now 5 years behind schedule and $6 billion over budget. Without it, the F-35 cannot reach its full combat potential. This isn't just about money, it's about survivability in a future war. The delivery disaster. Even new aircraft aren't arriving on time. In 2024, every single F-35 delivered was late. The average delay, 238 days. Jets rolled off production lines only to sit idle, waiting for onboard computers that weren't ready. By December 2023, procurement costs exceeded $485 billion, nearly double early projections. Promises of affordability and sustainability have not been met. What must change? Fixing this crisis requires decisive action. Enforce accountability. Contracts must include real penalties for failure. Expand spare parts inventories. Logistics must match the scale of the fleet. Invest in maintainers. Better pay, training, and retention are essential. Fast-track modernization delays today mean vulnerability tomorrow. The bigger picture. The F-35 isn't a bad aircraft. When it flies, it's extraordinary. Pilots trust it. The technology works. The problem isn't design, it's execution. America has led the world in air power before, and it can do so again. But leadership must demand results. Because readiness, not design, is what wins wars. Final thoughts. The reason half of America's F-35s are grounded is no longer a mystery. It's the result of supply chain failures, software problems, workforce shortages, and a lack of accountability. None of these problems are unsolvable, but fixing them requires urgency. Our pilots deserve better, our allies depend on it, and our adversaries are watching closely. If you found this breakdown valuable, like the video, subscribe to Jetinsider and stay informed. Supporting the troops doesn't just mean applause. It means demanding accountability from the systems that equip them.